Michael, just a brief reflection back on the game against Wigan. Does it feel like a point gained or what?
I think at this stage of the season it's always probably a point gained, but I think we weren't the best in the first half. I thought we were better second half, but we've still got more to come. They're a tough team to play against. I think sometimes those games are really tactical but don't have a lot either ends. I think that's what it became really. Lots of tactical stuff going on but not really any end product from either team. So we've got to keep working on those aspects and keep pushing and keep driving. But all in all, probably an okay point for us. But yeah, we definitely wanted the 3 points.
And injury situation, has that cleared up with the goalkeeper now?
We've got a few situations actually at the minute this week. We've got a few illnesses in the camp. George should be back, but it's touch and go. We've got Zach out at the minute as well with an injury sort of. Something's happened, so we've got a few things going on at the minute actually, which is why we need the depth of the squad. A few lads have caught flu and not trained this week. Got a bit of flu around the camp, so yeah, we're might be a little bit different with Saturday bench wise due to a few sort of things. But the good news is Hamo's training really well, getting closer and closer. Rico's back on the grass with us this week, which is fantastic, closer and closer. Dylan's feeling something injury wise, so he's out. But yeah, we're sort of getting one back, one going down with illness, it feels like at the moment. So we've just got to assess them again tomorrow and see how fit they are ready for selection on Saturday.
But on Hamilton and Hackett, presumably both of them not available to be involved with the first team squad.
Yeah, correct. Not too early for both of them. Probably this week's too early. Maybe we'll have a look at one or two of them next week if they can be selected for the squad. But it's just that little bit too early. But they're doing really well. They're growing back. We don't want to rush that. We can't rush those two because the last thing we want to do is rush that and then lose them for another 8 weeks. But they're getting closer and closer and training really well.
What do you think the key has been to the away form? I know it's still early days and you've only played a handful of games, but you're unbeaten away from home. What do you think the key is in that?
Yeah, it's an interesting question because we keep saying we're doing really well away, I think, and at home maybe we need to improve a little bit more and pick up more points. But I think we're a tough team to play against, whether at home or away. And because we like to take the game to teams, again, home or away, sometimes opposition will sit back and be more defensive away from home. It gives the home team a little bit more, if you like, a little bit more time, a little bit more that they can do what they want. We're probably very similar home and away in how we want to play the game. So hopefully that can keep going and we can keep pushing. And Saturdays are going to be a tough place to go. I think at this stage of the season, people look at the league table and go that where they are, and I think that's silly. We've got to really be on it to get 3 points.
Yeah, you kind of read my next question, but they've only picked up 1 point so far this season.
Yeah, and they'll be fighting. They'll be fighting for every point, and they'll be looking for a formula or a solution with their team. So I'm not sure what the team was going to be and who the personnel is, which has changed quite a lot. But we've got to really look after our job. And I think at this stage of the season, you can think there's easier games. There's not. For me, there's not. So the last thing we need to go is to go into this game thinking we've won a game of football. We haven't. We've got to be really focused. We've got to bring a lot of energy. We're going to have to defend really well because I'm sure they're at home and they want to take the game to us. And I've watched games where they drew with Blackpool 4-4, came back from 4-1 down and scored some good goals. So they can hurt teams, but we've got to go and dominate the game as much as we can really.